Hey beautiful people, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you're seeing my face for the very first time. Hi, my name is Betty and I am glad to have you here. For all my returning subscribers, you guys are the absolute best. You already know the vibe. Today's video, I don't want to waste time. You guys can already see from the title, I am going to be telling you guys about how I was jobless in the UK for a month plus. It wasn't planned, to be honest. If you tell me that I would not have a job within that period, within that time, I would have argued it's like, excuse me? What are you talking about? Do you know what you're saying at all? Because I did not expect it. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of backstory so that you guys can get the context in which I am speaking from. So I came to the UK in 2020. I feel like you guys even already know this, but for the benefit of those that are just joining this channel, I came to the UK in 2020, and usually when you come in as a nurse, you come in with a company in which they sponsor your visa and everything pertaining that, and they kind of give you a contract and you have in the number of years you're meant to work with them. So in my case, my company sponsored me and they wanted me to work with them for 3 years before I can, either decide to stay with them, decide to continue with them, or go on with another employer. Technically, my 3 years is supposed to end in 2023. I came in March 2020, so my 3 years was meant to be completed in March of 2023. Definitely, I did not plan to wait until that time before I make a decision, if that makes sense. You will decide if you want the company to continue to sponsor your visa or you want to move on to another employer. So in my case, this is actually funny because it was not planned. Like I said, myself and Betty were going out on a particular day. We were in the train and we were just gisting, we're just talking randomly. I think she showed me a vacancy on Indeed and was like, Betty, apply for this job. Oh, she didn't say Betty, but yeah, she was like, oh, apply for this job, like it looks good. I think it was also like a band 6 role. Mind you, I wasn't working in the NHS full-time. I was only an agency staff in the NHS, and at that time I think I had only worked with them for like 6 months or thereabout. So she was like, oh, apply for this job, the role looks good, the pay, I think the pay also was good. So I applied. It was a private hospital, so because I did not plan on working with the NHS full-time, so NHS was already out of question, I applied for the job because it was a private hospital. Sent in my CV, added all my work experience, everything, even my agency work experience. I included it in my CV. Obviously I included everything they needed, or everything everything that I had, I included it in my application. Before I forget, we had actually had the discussion of me leaving my employer at that time. So she knew that I was trying to leave and I was trying to look for jobs, which was why she pointed that to me. So this employer got back to me and they were like, oh, they found somebody more suitable for the role. I think it was basically because I was not a full-time NHS staff, so I think they wanted somebody who was in the NHS, like who was already in the NHS. So yeah, I did not get the job. Fast forward to December, I was also going through Indeed to check for job vacancies and all of that. So I found different jobs in different nursing homes because I did not want to work in the NHS. I've already said this so many times. I found jobs in other nursing homes and I started sending in my CV. I started applying. Logically, I would have thought that, oh, December, by March everything would have been finalized, because 3 months, like what exactly would they be doing for 3 months? So in my head I was like, by March everything will be finalized. I'll just drop my resignation letter and then I'll take like 1 or 2 weeks break and I'll resume in my new job. So that was the plan, guys. So obviously I applied for the job in December, and I think it was already by the end of December. So I did my job interview on, I think, the 30th of December, and I got the job the same day, like, obviously. Yeah, I was happy about it because it is also a nursing home, but it's a little bit different from where I was coming from, in the sense that it is more clinical. I found it like more interesting and something I wanted to do. I started submitting all my documents and everything. Mind you, I went to Nigeria in January for my mom's birthday. I spent 2 weeks in Nigeria. Before I went, I already submitted all documents that needed to be submitted, and I informed them that, look, I'm not going to be in the country within this period of time, so please reach me via email if there is any important updates, because you will not be able to get through to me and all of that. So they sent me an email ending of January. Yeah, that was when I was in Nigeria. So they sent me an email to fill my visa application form, which I did. I immediately did in like 2 days. In my mind, I was already thinking that, oh, I already filled my visa application form, so they should submit the form in like 2 weeks and everything should be done. That was not the case, guys. So my current employer used like a third-party immigration advisor, and I think they were the one that just delayed the whole thing. So I submitted this visa application form like 30th or 28th of January. I can't remember the date, but if I do, if it's necessary, I'm going to put the timeline somewhere on the screen for you guys to know, like, for you guys to follow the process. February, came back to the UK, and immediately I contacted them that, okay, what is the update regarding my visa application and everything else that needed to be done. And they were like, oh, it looks like your form was submitted in 2022 and your situation might have changed and all of that. And I was like, hold on, which form was submitted in 2022? I don't know you guys from anywhere. This is my first time of submitting the form to you. So how is it showing that my form was submitted in 2022? Anyways, I resent them the form on the 9th of February, and I gave them all the details and everything. I even asked the person in charge of my case that, what else do you need? Like, just tell me, I'm going to provide it for you. And note that at that time, I already submitted my resignation letter to my previous employer. So I had already given them my last working date, which was in line with my contract. Let's say I resumed work on the 20th of March. My last working day should be on the 20th of March 2023. So I did the same, and obviously they cannot keep me on the job if I do not renew my contract. So at that time, my contract with them had already expired, and I did not intend for them to, apply for another visa for me. I continued going to work. I called these people, sent them emails, several emails, so many things, guys. It was so frustrating. If you're on my Instagram, you saw that I posted something about March, that March was like the most nerve-wracking month for me. Like, it's been a long time I was that anxious. In fact, I was telling my brother that, look, what if this thing does not work? It means that I'll have to start looking for another job. Mind you, I'd already signed my employment contracts. I already done a lot of things. They had already done my DBS, so I don't understand why these people were delaying my whole process. But anyways, I stopped working in the first week of March because obviously I did not have a job. Then I continued doing agency on the side before my visa expired. But as soon as my visa expired, I could not do any job. So I was basically at home for like 3 weeks doing nothing, and it was draining for me. It was like I was getting depressed. Like, a few people that are close to me knew about this, and my mood was just all over the place. I was not getting myself. Mind you, at that time, I was already planning to come back to YouTube and all of that. And, all these things just happened all at once. And I'm not a kind of person that I'm comfortable filming content when I am not happy or when my mood is I would rather not do it. So that was part of the reasons why I could not, come back on YouTube as soon as I had expected. They later did my visa. I did not have to do biometrics. I did not have to go to a visa application center. I think that was a very good one. I just had to do something online. I downloaded a particular app and I just took a picture of my face, and I think that was it. After submitting my visa application and my visa was already approved, these immigration advisors, they did not still put my home address for my BRP. I don't know if that is their own policy, but I don't know. It's just a little bit weird for me, because why would my BRP have to go to your office first before coming to me? It doesn't make any sense to me. I would not be using them. I think they also specialize in things like ILR and all of that, but nah. They do not represent themselves well in what they did, so I cannot use them. If I hear somebody wanting to use them, I want the person, look, you better look for somebody else. Don't use these people, because they will give you mental stress. So eventually I started working back, and I am back to my normal self. What happened just kind of showed me that anything can happen, anything can go wrong at any point in time. Even though I already planned that, okay, this is how this thing is going to pan out, and feeling like I had enough time, because 3 months I felt like was enough time for everything to be done. And look what happened. 3 months and everything was not even done yet. You guys, I literally resumed work in April, first week of April, and I stopped working first week of March. Literally 5 weeks or 6 weeks or thereabout. You guys, you have to be prepared for the worst, to be honest, because do you guys know that my last salary was in February, was in second week of February. I didn't get paid in March. April, I did not get paid, because April is almost finished. I'm not going to get paid in April until May. So that's basically 2 months without salary. Imagine that I was depending on that particular salary. I would have been stranded. It's not like I have one big money somewhere, but I mean, you should have it in mind that even if you don't work for 1 or 2 months, you would still be able to pay your rent and do basic things, pay your bills and all of that. It is important to have that backup money somewhere, because honestly, anything can go wrong. To be honest, I was not expecting it. I was not expecting not to work for that long, to the extent of not getting any salary and having to take from my savings to just compensate, to be able to take care of myself for that period of time. So the main cocoa of this video, apart from the gist, is just that so that you guys can also learn 1 or 2 things from this particular journey. I don't know, this video is definitely not going to be too long, because the story is not that long, so there's no point overemphasizing it. There's no point overemphasizing it. So I just wanted to share with you guys, so you all can also plan ahead. I still have some more things to share with you guys regarding this, so that will definitely come in another video. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far and enjoyed me ranting to the camera, thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching up to this point if you did, and thank you for subscribing if you haven't already. Please do down here and tap on the bell notification beside it so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.